Are we live, baby? We live. I gotta figure this light out because I don't like the lighting. Come on, so close. All right, there are people trickling in. I'm gonna give it some time. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna give it some time to get more people in the room, in the house, in the building. If you're just joining me, which everyone is, this live is going to be about how I closed my largest wholesale deal to date, and it just so happened to be during a pandemic. I don't know if I can really use that in the title for monetization purposes, so if I need to change the title, I definitely will. Hi, Phyllis. Thank you so much, Von Dutch. What's going on, y'all? Also, I would prefer some better lighting, but I can't move this guy to be in front of me. That's worse. Like that. We're just gonna use a natural light from the sun, and it's not a sunny day today in Atlanta, so that's unfortunate. All right, we got some people still joining. You guys sit tight. Stay all the way to the end because at the end I will do a Q&A session. So I don't know if you guys saw the notification that I'm going live today. I think I posted it on Friday or maybe Saturday. I'm going live for an hour. Did start a few minutes late, but here we are. Thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it because you could be doing anything with your Sunday and you are here listening to me. But yeah, like I said, stick around all the way to the end because after I tell my story, then you all can ask your questions. So this story is just about how I was able to close my largest wholesale deal to date during the pandemic. Coincidentally, right? I have my laptop set up over here and the camera here because when I go live on here, the things that you guys are saying, it'll like pop up for like a second and then Crown Queen said we need to connect in Atlanta. All right, bet. So, but yeah, so your comments go away after a little second or so. So I have my setup here and then over here. So hopefully I can stay on top of it. And then so if you do see me looking over here, that's why. That would be why. Alrighty, I'm gonna get started. Let's say when the clock hits 5 minutes. And what's up from West Palm Beach, Florida? Hola, hola. So right now my timer is saying 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So once we hit 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and get started. So I want to know who came here from Notification Gang. Which one of y'all have your post notifications on my channel? Oh yeah, let me mute this. Who here has their post notifications on for my channel? Who got notified that I was going live right now? Period. Yes. What's up, y'all? I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I really do. Come on, y'all. What's up? Okay, cute. So I got it set up over here. I'm like watching myself too, but I'm also really just watching your comments. Because over here on the computer, they don't go away. But on the phone, they go away. Yes, notification gang on that. All right, in 3 seconds, I'm going to get started with the story. I know that's right. How to get in that quiet room. Put your headphones in. Get your pen and paper out, right? Okay, guys. So you are here because you want to hear how I closed my largest wholesale deal to date during a pandemic. So if you are not familiar with me and my story times and my channel, I can get a little long-winded. I can get a little off tangent. So although I didn't like write down what I'm gonna say, I know I did like go over what I want to say, and to keep myself in line and streamline, and to keep respect of all of your time, and to make sure that I do have time at the end for the Q&A. I'm gonna hit the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. All of those. I guess not why. So who, what, when, where, and how. So yeah, if you're just joining, do stick around to the end, because after I finish this story, as I mentioned in the beginning, after this story, there will be a question and answer session, and it could be about this deal, it could be about whatever else you got going on. I'm going to limit it, or try to limit it to one per person, just because it can get a lot sometimes. So yes, hey y'all, hey Derek. All right, so keep myself in line. We're going to start with the who. Yeah, we'll just start with the who. So the who was, what kind of lead with this? This was an absentee owner who owned a vacant property for more than 10 years, and he lived out of state. So that's the who. And of course I'm going to sprinkle in some more, details, because like I said, I get long-winded, y'all. So that's the who. Reach out to him, and what is the property? So it's a single family home. I still am in the ballpark of single families, and if you stick around with my channel, you will see me venture off into multifamily. I currently have a video like in the editing process now about some multifamily deals that I went to go check out down in Macon, Georgia. But so anyways, again, tangents. So it's a single family home in a blighted area in Atlanta. Zip code is 30314 for any of y'all who are in Atlanta or want to virtually wholesale here. 30314 was a zip code, which is like, at this point, my favorite zip code. Like, I own property and I own land in that zip code. And then I got buyers who love it there. So that's the what. That's a what. So it's a vacant property. This property had been vacant. The owner had owned it for, I think, 12 years, and it had been vacant for those 12 years plus. So when he bought it, he never did anything to it. I think that he initially maybe had intentions to do something to it, but never did. And he once lived in the area, and then now he currently lives in Florida. So I think I mentioned that it was an absentee owner, and I don't mention if, I don't know if I mentioned if he was out of state. So he's an absentee out of state owner, vacant property, more than 10 years, free and clear. If I didn't say that too, free and clear. So that's where I kind of gauge my leads from, that list that I marketed to from PropStream. So everything that I just mentioned to you in the who, that's what those are the criteria that I put into PropStream to get this list of leads. So that was the who, the what, the when. All right, so when, that's the funny part about it, or the interesting part about it. So top of 2020, right, exactly in January, we reintroduced or revisited direct mail into our marketing campaign. So for those of you who don't know, I love warm leads. I love me a warm lead who just pick up the phone and call me because they need me. They want me just as much as I want them. Okay, as opposed to a cold lead. So what I mean by that is, for a while we have been doing, we had invested into online marketing. So, hey Angela, I'm sorry, I got distracted. So we invested into online marketing. So that's Google SEO. So if you type in certain keywords in Google, my company will be on the home page, like the first page of Google. So Google SEO, we were doing PPC, pay-per-click at one point, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all of these things to get people coming to us who want and need us. Because of course, I know you guys get bombarded with ads online, and you just keep scrolling, swiping if it doesn't speak to you. But if it speaks to you and you need what that person is offering, you're gonna take an action. So those are my favorite. I love warm leads. So top of 2020, we're like, okay, let's revisit postcards and direct mail, which I had stopped doing like years ago. I was just like, I don't know about this strategy. Like, they all work. Please, anybody who's new, all strategies work. All marketing strategies work. It's just whatever you want to focus on. You don't need to be doing all 10,000 of them. Just pick a cute 2 to 3 or so. Again, as you're tuning in and listening, just hold your questions to the end. I do have my chat here so I can see them, thankfully, because on the phone they go away. But Q&A at the end. So warm leads coming to me. So we did postcards, and I found this company that actually marries the two. So they send postcards for you, and then they have a tracking number in a system that whoever gets those postcards also get your ads online, following them all over the internet. So I was like, oh, bet, like, let's do it. 2-in-1. So basically marrying the online ad with the postcards, and then if you really need us, you're going to hit us on one of those ways, either from the postcard or the online ad. So he came from the postcard, this seller, called me from the postcard. So like I said, that was top of 2020, and we all know what happened in March of 2020. I don't know if I can say that or not because of monetization purposes on YouTube, but we all know what happened in March. But that's when he called, was in the beginning of March. And at the time, that month specifically, a lot of homeowners that I found were kind of wary, and a lot of people were not trying to sell their homes. Because they were like, oh, this is unknown, like I don't know what's happening, whatever. We'll just see, we'll just wait it out. I think everybody thought that this was going to last for like 2 months, 3, 5 tops. And here we are still where we are. So anyways, he was one of the few that was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to sell now. And if you think about it, if you're a homeowner and you anticipated or thought that the market would crash, why would you wait? Why wouldn't you sell right now? So neither here nor there. So he was ready to go. So we, did our preliminary screening on the phone, got right to the point because we don't have time to waste. So screened him. He went from warm to hot lead, or so I thought, right? So I think on the initial phone call, because, I can tell from a person whether they're like, let's get right to the point, or let's, have a little dance on the phone, let's talk about the weather and stuff like that. He was trying to get right to the point. I was like, bet, I can accommodate. And so on that initial conversation, we were talking numbers. And that's not something like, I suggest that other people do. But it really just depends. What you'll know from me in real estate, there's nothing black and white. So it really just depends. Some people will say, oh, don't talk numbers on the first call. And some people will say, don't talk numbers via text. It just depends. You got to read the person. So like I said, I read him and he was ready to talk numbers. So the number that he gave me on that initial phone call, I was like, let's close today. Let's close, not now, but right now. Like, I can close right now. Like, it was unbelievably low. Because like I said, I know the area, and I knew I was already counting my profit. I knew what I could resell it for. And I'm to the point now, like, where I wholesale here and there, but I'm really buying and holding. So I looked at it like, okay, we know the zip code, we own in this zip code. It's extremely low price point that he's asking for. So could we just hold on to it? Could we hold on to it, do what we want to do, renovate it or whatever we want to do, turn it into Airbnb or whatever? And I'm just like, if I get it at this price today, and I do absolutely nothing to it tomorrow, I can get, So anyway, so when he said the number, I was like, all right, don't sound too eager, don't be like so thirsty, but he needs me, I need him. And so I was ready. So I think I told him that when we got off the phone, I would send him a contract at that moment. And it was nothing to see, like the house, like I said, he didn't live in state. So he was like, the door is wide open, you can go at your own risk, all that kind of stuff. And for those of you who are true subscribers, true OGs, everybody's a true subscriber, so I love you all. But those of you who have been rocking with me since the beginning of the year, that house is actually featured in one of my videos. It's the video, I think I posted it in March or so, but it's the day in the life with me. It's the day that I was like running around doing errands, going to my Airbnb, and I checked out that deal. I went to go see that property, and it was pouring down rain. I went shopping in Target, like, raise your hand or say something if you know what video I'm talking about. If not, it's cool, but go watch it. But yeah, it's like a day in the life with me. I spend a busy day with the real estate investor or something like that. But yeah, so that house, you saw me driving around. I showed you the house, some comps, and the street, the area itself. So it was featured in there. And my most my last live that I did at the closing table, that was actually the deal that I'm telling you about right now. So you actually met the homeowner and everything, like cool guy. So if you haven't seen that live, go. Yeah, my mom was with me, Angela. But yeah, so go look at that live and then the video too, and then you're like, oh, it all makes sense. So yeah, so I went to go see the house just because, like, it wasn't anything to see, but I had already sent him the offer. And when I do that, I want to text him or anybody, text him, hey, I just sent you the email. When you get a chance, let me know. Or let me know if you received it, and then when you get a chance to look over it, let me know. So my follow-up game was strong. With him, it was strong. However, like I said, you remember I told you he was a hot lead? He, like, went from hot to cold. Like, he ghosted me out of nowhere almost instantly. And I'm just like, what happened? So from our initial conversation, we talked numbers. I don't know, maybe he thought I sounded too eager or something, but we talked numbers, sent him the offer. And then after I wanted to follow up with him, I didn't hear anything. I didn't get no text backs. My calls weren't being answered. And this was happening. This went on for a good maybe 3 months or so. Like, I was consistently at least once a month hitting him up. Hey, did you still want to, and so, hey, did you still, were you still interested in selling your house? Hey, just following up with you. Did you get a chance to look at my offer? Hey, did you have any questions? Stuff like that via text. Because when I called, he wouldn't answer. And one thing I do know for a fact, like I'm a 99.9% sure, homeowners don't save your number. Like, they don't save your number from when they call you or whatever. So that's why I would, and then I don't like to assume anything. I know it's 2020 and people have phones that have thread messages. So if you had a text message before from a number, that thread is still going to be there, that conversation. But I don't like to assume. I just assume they delete it. So I'm like, hey, this is Dara. Remember we spoke about your house. Da 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 da. You get a chance to look over the offer. Did you have any questions? Were you still interested in selling?